Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're digging into a research paper that's really shaking things up in the world of AI. All right, let's get right into it. What you're seeing here is from a brand new AI video generator called Wan. And believe me, this is not just another AI model. It's a huge leap forward, and today we're going to break down exactly how it works by going straight to the source, the research paper itself.
First up, let's just take a look at what this thing can actually do. And yeah, the results, they speak for themselves.
I mean, look at this. The quality is just stunning. On the left, check out the detail in the animal's fur, the way the water moves. And on the right, this is a huge deal. Wan is the first model of its kind that can generate both Chinese and English text right there in the video. That's a massive technical achievement.
So you gotta be asking, right? How does this thing work and why is it such a big deal? The how is amazing for sure, but the why is just as important. And to really get it, we need a little context on the world this AI was born into.
And that brings us to a really key point. See, the folks who made Wan weren't just trying to build another cool toy. Nope, they were aiming to solve a very specific and very big problem in the AI community.
The paper itself kicks off by pointing out this huge gap, a growing divide, really. It's like you have two different worlds. In one corner, you've got the super powerful private AI models from the big tech giants, and in the other, you have the public open source models that anyone can use and build on.
So on one side, you've got the closed source models, like OpenAI's Sora. They have basically unlimited resources, pushing the absolute limits of what's possible, but it's all locked away in a black box. Then on the other side, you've got open source, which fuels all this amazing community innovation. But let's be honest, they often struggle to keep up, just because they don't have those same deep pockets.
And that right there, that's Wan's whole mission. The goal wasn't just to build something that could compete. It was to build a state-of-the-art model, and then just give it away. The code, the methods, the model itself, all to lift up the entire open source community.
Okay, so how on earth did they pull it off? Well, to build an AI this good, you really need two key things. Let's start with the first one, the fuel. And I'm talking about incredibly high-quality data.
The team started by gathering just a mind-boggling amount of data. We're talking billions of videos and images. And this is a point they make very clear in the paper, just having a ton of data isn't the answer. When it comes to AI, quality is everything.
So they built this really clever four-step process to clean everything up. First, they automatically filtered out all the junk, blurry stuff, watermarks, you name it. Then, they actually used other AIs to score the videos on things like how good they looked and how smooth the motion was. After that, they grouped the data to make sure they had a good variety. And finally, they generated really detailed descriptions for every single video. This whole process was so intense that they ended up throwing out about half of the original data, keeping only the absolute best of the best.
All right, so that's the fuel. Now for the second key ingredient. You've got the perfect fuel, now you need a revolutionary engine to actually turn that data into these amazing videos. If you look at the paper, the model's design has three main components. There's a part that understands your text prompt, another part that actually generates the video, but the real game changer, the secret sauce, is the first component, a custom video compressor they built called the Wan VAE. Okay, so a video compressor, or VAE, is super important. It basically squishes a video down to its most essential information so the AI can handle it without melting down. And this is where their custom Wan VAE is such a breakthrough. This visual from the paper says it all. You can see it's a huge win on two fronts. It's got fantastic quality and it's ridiculously fast. The data shows it's 2.5 times faster than the next best thing. Getting both high quality and high speed, that's a massive advantage. Okay, so you've got the best fuel and a supercharged engine. The big question is, how does Wan actually perform when you put it up against the competition? Now check this out. This chart is taken straight from Figure 1 in the paper, and this is where things get really interesting. They created their own benchmark to test these models, and look at the results. Wan's model actually scores a 0.72, which is just edging out top-tier closed-source models like Sora. Yeah, you heard that right.
And if you dig a little deeper into the data, like here in Table 2 from the paper, you can see why it scores so well. It's really good at the things that matter for video, understanding basic physics, keeping a character looking the same from shot to shot, and creating big dynamic motion. It just gets it right.
And this is just a fantastic example of how its power goes way beyond just text to video. It's also an incredible editing tool.
It can take a real image, like this dog, and completely transform it into something new and artistic, like this lantern animal, all while keeping the original structure of the scene perfectly intact. That is just wild.
Hey, if you're finding this kind of deep dive interesting, really getting into the tech that's shaping our world, we break down new research papers just like this one every single week here on VibeDoc. So do yourself a favor and hit that subscribe button so you can stay ahead of the curve with us.
All right, so let's step back for a second. What's the big picture? What does a model like Juan really mean for the future of all this creative stuff?
One of the things I really respect about this paper is how honest it is. Right there in the conclusion, the creators are totally upfront about the current limitations. They're like, look, it's still tough to keep fine details perfect during big movements. They also admit it costs a lot of computer power to run, and since it's a general purpose model, it doesn't know about super specific things like medicine.
But here's the kicker, and this is the most important part. By open sourcing everything, the model, the data process, their training methods, their goal is to give the entire research community the tools to solve these exact problems, together. It's about accelerating progress for everybody, not just one company.
So this technology isn't just getting more and more powerful. Thanks to projects like Juan, it's also getting into the hands of more and more people. And that leaves us with one final, and I think, really exciting question to think about.